Okay.
We're live.
We're live. Hello, my Astro family. This is Lada from Astrolada.com here with a beautiful topic about Venus going retrograde. And Krasi will be talking about that. She's my guest today. Venus retrograde 2020. Krasi will be looking at it from the sidereal point of view, the actual constellations. But she can mention at the same time if you use tropical astrology like I do, what sign you are in tropical and in sidereal, and to lead us through this cosmic event that is highly anticipated, that is starting now in the month of May. And by the way, Krasi is also offering a personal reading for anyone, 20 minutes live or recorded as you prefer, on Venus retrograde, how it will affect you personally, and it's only $80, uh, down from 120 till June the 1st. So hi, Krasi.
Hi, Wada. Hi, everyone. Hello. Yes, this is a wonderful topic. And Wada, we dedicate this conversation today to Venus, to Ishtar from Uruk, the evening star.
Yes, may it bless us. Krasi even said
May
to me
she bless us.
before we started the video, she said, Lada, we should do this video. You know, every time you speak about Venus or think about Venus, it brings more abundance, more beauty, just connecting with the thought of it. And I said, I wouldn't mind both. So just
Wada,
listening
absolutely.
just listening to Venus, just thinking about Venus, whether it's retrograde or no, you connect to the essence of that planet, which is abundance, which is money, which is luxuries, pleasures, which is love as well, understanding.
Very important for the female health, for the women is very, very important. So yes, first to say that Venus is not only one divinity, she is actually represented by three principles. We know this, she is an evening star, a morning star, and also she becomes invisible. And all three Venuses we will be seeing now. The three principles of Venus will be manifested now only from 11th of May when she's turning retrograde. But what is happening is that she's still evening star. And I was just looking, because here is evening, with us is late evening, and she was so bright, beautifully bright on the sky. And in sidereal Taurus, so not only that she's that beautiful, but she's also in her own kingdom in Taurus. So she's evening star. So from evening
Super
star,
strong, super strong now, super bright
amazing.
in the constellation where she is a queen. In her face, that it's called Venus Aphrodite, in the goddess Aphrodite, isn't it? The gentle love.
Absolutely. Yeah, Aphrodite in the Greek mythology, in Anna from Uruk in Babylon, and she's this female principle, female, romantic, sexual, divine principle, and she is female. So what is happening when she's turned? First of all, we need to look at Venus as something amazing and always benevolent, always benefic. So no way, even if she's going to turn retrograde, then there will be a moment when she'll be invisible. Then after that, she will be a morning star. No way to see her as harmful. She's always benevolent, but her nature will be changing with the time of her phases, which will explain now, Wada.
I've always noticed that when Venus goes retrograde and then turns direct and comes out of that house, that the affairs of that area of my life are always improved and made more harmonious and beautiful. There might be a little crisis in the middle while Venus is going retrograde or when it becomes invisible in that area, but eventually the final result is always more harmony, more beauty in that area of this life. So indeed it is, and more and more and more abundance as well, more whatever it signifies.
Yes, especially now in Taurus, where she will be for quite some time. I think all the time until August, she will be, because she'll be retrograding, then she'll be invisible, then she's direct again. So they will be quite luckily. She will be doing this. So what we see her now on 11th of May, she's turning retrograde, evening star retrograde, and so until 30th of May, she will be retrograde and visible on the evening sky, and then she's turning invisible. So we're having this very delicate female energy of Aphrodite, and then she's becoming Persephone when she's again very delicate, very romantic, and very different. In Babylon, this was Reshkigal, and she was not that benevolent because she killed her sister in the netherworld. So she's a very complex. She's ruling the netherworld, and she is invisible. And actually, she's invisible for us. Like she will be absent from our lives. We'll be missing her from, and I'm talking here about the longitudes of Washington I took, because of the most of the people that watch you are from America. So from 30th of May up until 9th of May, she will be retrograde and invisible. And she's really not visible. I noticed that I very strongly miss her when she's invisible. Like, just you feel her absence. She is not helping financially. She's not very helping in terms of joy. It's like we miss this amazing, powerful energy of female energy, if you want. So what is happening?
So the most dangerous phase of Venus retrograde is when it actually also becomes invisible. This is what you're telling us. And that's from May the 30th till May the 9th.
Maybe not dangerous, but not helping
Sorry, May
well.
30th till June the 9th. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, June. Yeah, June. Why I said May? Yeah, June the 9th. Yeah. So it's like she will not be helpful. And here I will remind. I know we've been saying this in many conversations with you. When she's invisible, she's not helping when people get married, and there are cultures when people avoid getting married during the invisibility of Venus. I think the Indians are very familiar with this, and the Indians would go, before getting married, they would always go and consult astrologer, and the astrologer would never advise them to marry during the invisibility of Venus, because to get married during the invisibility of Venus, it's like you're promising yourself that your marriage will be going nowhere. It's not
like
helping.
that there will be no compromise between the couple. They will not want to collaborate and make cooperate together. And I guess it's not only for marriage, it's also for relationships and for business partnerships and for any agreements and contracts that people are signing. Avoid maybe from the 30th of May till the 9th of May this invisible retrograde Venus, because it will be very hard to reach a compromise or to reach an agreement together.
Absolutely. Yes, business wise as well. You can do new business on invisible Mercury, but on invisible Venus, totally, I see it as totally, yes. So what is happening is she'll be retrograde, and she's having this inferior conjunction near Earth, and then on 9th of June she becomes visible in Aldebaran. Well,
wow. Wow. Right
yeah.
on Deborah, the star of wealth and leadership.
Yes, what I wonder what this will bring us, and I think, as for people who have sidereal Taurus or tropical Gemini on a key position, this will be something very good. This will be something very good. Or if you have descendant Taurus, ascendant Scorpio, or if your moon is there in Taurus, or if your it's amazing heliacal. Now here is the key,
So
though.
that's Gemini or Sagittarius for tropical astrology. If you have it on an angle, the ascendant, the midheaven, oh, your moon is there, your sun is there. Wow, it's gonna be like, it might be like wealth. It might be. It's very benevolent star. Is the star of Archangel Michael. It's light forces. It's leadership, but it's money, it's wealth, it's luck. It had so many meanings, that star, basically, in a positive way.
Very,
Wow.
very, yeah. Well, Donald Trump has Aldebaran on midheaven. That's why he won over Hillary Clinton, and this is the star which is ensuring his success. That's Aldebaran. Um,
So
so yes,
you have probably also Donald Trump
of
some video
course, of
that
course. I was thinking about
now
this.
In June, something that he, yeah, important.
Yes. Well, we have to take into consideration that just before we had the two eclipses, which are happening on, I think they were happening on the same axis. So it's a bit tricky,
Mm,
but okay, this is happening a bit after the eclipses. I think the eclipses were on 21st or something of June. No, she's appearing on 9th. The eclipses were on 5th of June.
okay, and I think the eclipses were affecting his chart very strongly.
Very.
That's what I remember. So, ooh, let's see. America is in for interesting times. Do you think Venus is connected to the markets? It's definitely connected to the money of people. So, how do you see
Oh, yeah.
this darkening time and then rising time? How would you interpret that?
You know what? I know, I think there was research. I know for sure it is known that in 2008, with the previous crisis that we had, it was known that Venus was late. I don't remember how late, but there was this written phenomenon that she was.
40 days. 40
Oh,
days.
oh
I was
yeah. See,
Was it
see.
4? It was really long time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So of course, this is the tricky thing that it's good that she rises on time. Of course, you have this weather phenomenon that you may see clouds and stuff, but indeed, if she would be absent for such a long time, this would definitely
In a world
crash
crisis.
the market.
I'm giving a task to everyone who is watching. We're gonna do astrology like ancient Babylonians did it. True ancient astrology was observational. They didn't have laptops, obviously. They were just sitting every sunrise and sunset. And on around the 9th of June, maybe start from the 8th, you're gonna start trying in the morning. She's gonna be rising in the morning, yeah. Whoever is an
Absolutely,
early riser, wake up a little bit before sunrise and try and see if you can see Venus on the eastern horizon. And if you
absolutely,
can't see it, and the first day you see it, this is from your geographical latitude. For some places, it can appear earlier, for some late. If it comes on time around the 9th, maybe 2, 3 days before, 2, 3 days after, I think we might be in for good financial times. If it's late, this is going to, and we cannot predict it because this is only seen with the eyes. There is no software that can calculate it for you. You have to observe just like the ancient astrologers. And let's all who are here, whoever is an early riser or doesn't go to bed till 6 in the morning, just try and see what time it rises. We'll be watching as
and
well.
let people write us, Wada.
Yeah.
It would be nice if they could write you or write me. They have our contacts on your page. Would be nice to see what people observed, because this is very interesting. I'm planning to watch this,
Yeah. It is very important because if it's late, we might be in for a big crisis, economical crisis. So this is
but
how it's
we
gonna.
are already. But I
Yeah.
hope this to be the help, because what is happening is in the very same moment we will be having the retrograding Saturn and Jupiter in Capricorn, and Venus will be trining them. So I hope this to be the helping hand somehow,
But if it
because
doesn't rise on Aldebaran, if it doesn't become visible on that predicted day, none of this will happen. So we'll have to watch. Hopefully, let's all pray it becomes visible on that day. So we stabilize financially and there is good, better forecast, the prognosis for us for the financial times.
and also personally, if we don't look on mundane level, personally for the people, this heliacal rise Venus also it's nice. Also, esoterically, like in a sense of benevolent white magic, to watch these energies, to connect, it is amazing. Then you are receiving literally the blessing of Venus, and especially if this is rising. Imagine to rise on your ascendant, on your midheaven, and it's happening right after the eclipses. So this is a mixture of energies. Um and Venus is participating in this eclipse. See how
Yes,
it's
but Venus will bring the birth of something new because it's being born again that can bring, if it rises in Aldebaran especially, but for people with Gemini, Ascendant, Midheaven, Sun or Moon, or sidereal Taurus, this will bring some new opportunity of Venusian nature. It might be birth of love, it might be birth of money, and it might be birth of a new career if it's your midheaven, but something good, something that you consider as a as God's blessing in a way.
Absolutely. And also, people should see whether they have Venus evening star or morning star in their horoscopes. This is important because this is described in the nature of the person. You know, people who are morning star people, when they have Venus rising before the sun on their eastern horizon, would have very different nature than those who are Aphrodite, more romantic. These are the people with the evening star or with the you know, with the invisible Venus. So this is always influencing the nature and how people approach love, relationships. So it's all very important.
And when
Also,
it's Aphrodite, when it becomes visible in the morning, currently it's Aphrodite, so it's more
yeah.
romantic. But when it becomes morning star, when it becomes, what was it named?
Yes, I'll tell you now. First of all, she goes to this invisibility and she rises as a morning star on 10th of June. I keep saying May. Now on 10th of June, she's rising as a morning star as Athena Pallas. And this is a totally different principle already, like different manifestation of these energies of Venus.
More like a
Another different.
CEO, a female CEO, a brilliant woman of some sort that is leading some organization or something. So it's kind of more empowered woman, more woman ready to fight, woman ready to lead type of energy, isn't it? That's how I feel.
And wise, because
Why?
she in Babylon she would advise the kings how to win wars. It's about wisdom. It's about those qualities of uh, lofty ideals, because she would advise, she would help, she would side with the losing party, not with the winning warriors. You know, she's very lofty, it's brilliant. This is
And it's
Inanna.
just justice, like a fighter for justice, then, isn't it? And
Absolutely.
I hope that the whole world it will affect us positively in our personal lives, but basically for politicians to get on the to become more fair and to fight for the rights of you know, people if they've been kind of you know skewed. I hope there is something like truth and justice kind of coming out.
And people who have morning star Venus will feel this even more because it's there. They are familiar with these energies. So this is one thing. So this is happening on 10th of June, and then on the 26th of June she turns direct again in Taurus, and she'll be there up until August. And this direct motion again should have it's still in Taurus, still influencing for good Saturn. And you know what the Master Bein Sadhuna was saying? That Saturn, when he sees Venus, his heart is melting. So in this sense, I see this trine between Saturn and Venus as something very positive. Saturn will not, like, if these Saturn in energies coming from governments which are about imposing power on people are there, Venus is softening this. They cannot go too far. She's watching and Saturn can't go too far.
Wow, and she's stronger this time as well. She's not this weak Venus, Aphrodite.
No.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes, yes, yes. So this is about the tour of Venus, and you can see how from evening star, which is now, and I still advise people they will have the chance up until 30th of May to watch her, because it's worth it. It's something amazing with these energies. The more and more you look, so she's an evening star, she's Aphrodite, and after that she becomes Seresh Kegal, invisible, that where she will be absent for us. We will people with such Venus oftentimes are not happy with their love lives, unfortunately, up until the moment she becomes visible in their horoscopes. And then what is happening is she's becoming morning star. So we will be able to witness the whole three essences of Venus,
Three
and
goddesses.
and It is
Um,
amazing time and
Sorry to
beautiful. Yeah.
interrupt you. Took
No.
one webinar, Rumen Kolev did. He's also your teacher. And he was
Yes.
saying that when in birth charts where people have Venus conjunct the sun, which is invisible Venus, Ereshkigal, it
Mhm.
shows occult power sometimes. It's more occult, it's more magical and healing
She
powers.
was in. She was. Yeah. She was in. She was engaged with magic. Yeah, she was. There are stories of Ereshkigal in the netherworld. She was sister of Inanna from, which Inanna was this? I think Inanna from Uruk. I think, yeah, there is a story Inanna descends into the netherworld, and it's a very interesting story. And Ereshkigal is scary, the sister, the way she destroys her sister. So, and she's a witch. Literally, she's a witch. So when she's invisible, definitely. Very, I agree fully with Roman. I read the story, so I know also.
So maybe it also has to do with invisible Venus in the natal chart, and during the periods it becomes invisible. How do I interpret it? Maybe the darker side of love can manifest then. The more maybe something with, because it is in underground, it's invisible. It's about
Hidden love affairs.
hidden love affairs. It's known for that as well. Yes. Okay, so here and he said also that it was very sexual. It was represented by scorpion. The animal of Ereshkigal, the invisible face of Venus, is a scorpion, and he compared Venus invisible, the periods, like as if Venus is in Scorpio, and Venus in Scorpio is very unpredictable. You know, it can create deep emotions, deep
And
crisis
jealous,
relationships,
tremendously
jealousy.
jealous.
Yes, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because otherwise, the divinity of Venus, when not hidden, is lion, the Leo, because you see her depicted on this ancient. You can see very famous ancient cuneiform tablets when she's with the lion. So that's why, for example, I'm also making talismans of Venus when she's in Leo, because she has full power over the constellation of the lion. It's like it's her animal, you know. So
Oh, I
uh,
didn't know
it's
that. But in
very
ancient astrology, Venus was very strong in Leo, yeah? Nowadays,
amazingly
it's
strong.
considered like, oh, Venus in Leo has no power, but in ancient,
Oh, I disagree. I disagree. Venus is amazingly powerful in Leo. These were like my one of my most powerful talismans were when Venus was highly dignified on midheaven in Leo, and
and that can mean that people with Venus in Leo in the natal charts can have very powerful manifestation of Venus, yes.
that's for sure.
But how does it play out? How does it play out in Leo? What have you noticed?
um Passionate people, depends if she's an evening star or morning star, but they could be passionate in what everything they do. They would, if she's a morning star, they will be passionate in defending their lofty goals or lofty ideals. Or if she's an evening star, they will be passionate in terms of romance. So but she is strong and she can be very benevolent when in Leo. Very. Of course, it will depend whether the person is born at night and in the day. It always depends whether she's an evening star, morning star. Obviously, a morning star Venus would probably feel better in a diurnal chart, right? Whether evening star would be more like a queen of the night chart. So all these details matter, but in general, Venus is in Leo is something truly amazing.
Wow, good. My husband's very passionate. He has Venus evening star in Leo, and
In Leo.
he,
Oh,
he's very, very loving and affectionate. So.
oh, for sure, for sure.
Okay, sorry to interrupt because we jumped from we jumped into natal astrology, personal astrology, but I find it fascinating to
Oh,
learn
it's
things.
lovely. Yeah.
So yeah, so Venus is very strong in the constellation, and what are you gonna lead us from the through the 12 signs, how it might affect
Sure,
us?
we may look. We may look. Let me excuse me while I just open that my other computer. Well, yes, depends, of course. Just give me, excuse me, one more small second. All right. Wada, just to say that I lost you for a moment.
I'm here. I'm here. Just my camera.
Okay, sir. Okay, let's start then with Aries. We can say 2-3 words about each ascendant, and let me remind you that I'm using tropical astrology, so sidereal astrology. So when we're starting with Aries ascendant or Aries moon, if you're following the modern astrology, then you would know yourself as Taurus. So let's see what is happening. For your ascendant Aries, Venus, all these interesting movements of Venus are taking place on your second house. Of course, this is your house of money, and most probably she'll influence you. She'll be influencing you maybe mainly financially. During this small period of time when she'll be invisible, from let's say roughly 1st to 10th June, you may have a period which is not that strong financially, but while she's retrograde, I definitely don't think that she's bad, because she can't be bad. But when she's retrograde, well, for some people, she may slow down. But I've seen many rich people, lucky people with Venus, which is retrograde. So in any case, all these movements may put you in a situation where you will be rescheduling or reanalyzing your finances, but for sure she won't be bad for you, but she will not be present for the short period when she will be when you'll be lacking her, when she will be absent for you. And if we look now briefly at ascendant Taurus sidereal or Taurus moon, or if you look from tropical perspective, this will be Gemini moon or Gemini ascendant, then you are benefiting the most from this tour of Venus, because it's happening on your ascendant, and most probably because she's already for quite some time on your ascendant, you feel these lovely energies already. So it will continue. She may make you a little bit reanalytical, reanalyzing your finances, reanalyzing your romantic relationship. And also because she's ruling your 6th house, you may think about re-looking at your routine and work environment. And also for you, from 1st to 10th of June, you will be lacking her, and you will be missing her, because you may feel that you're lacking joy. You may feel that she's not blessing your romantic life. So this is for Taurus. And now we're looking at a Gemini ascendant or Gemini moon, or if you're looking from tropical perspective, you would recognize yourself as Cancer. Now for you, these heliacal movements of Venus are happening on your 12th house. From your 12th house, she's not directly influencing you, because she's not aspecting the ascendant. Now it will be another story if you have Sun or Moon in Taurus, then she would definitely influence you directly. Now, from your 12th house, she will be very benevolent in terms of health, in terms of helping you to create more, to reanalyze your relationships with people who you name to be enemies, for example. Or she can help you to go back to your health condition and fix it. But once again, from the period from 1 to 10th June, don't do any important medical interventions, because Venus will not be there to help you. But the other times, up until August, she will be on your 12th house, and she may help you to revisit health condition and fix it. And now we're looking at ascendant Cancer, sidereal or moon in Cancer, or if you're recognizing yourself through the tropical astrology, then you will be recognizing yourself as a Leo. For you, Venus is on your 11th house, and already you know that she must be helping you with your plans. She must be helping you with your relationship, because directly she's aspecting Saturn, who is now on your descendant, and she's softening his influences tremendously. She will be helping you with your gains and relationship with children, and she may put you in a condition to revisit this, revisit your private life, revisit your goals, relationship with friends as well. from the period 1 to 10th June, when she'll be on your 11th house, this is not very benevolent period for financial work. And I'm saying financial because the 11th house is related to gains. Also, this is a period where if you want to improve relationships with a friend, it's not very, very appropriate. And now let's look at Leo ascendant or moon in Leo sidereal. Or if you're looking from a tropical perspective, you recognize yourself as Virgo. For you, Venus, you already must be feeling it, is on your 10th house, and she's already super much helping you career-wise. Now, when she'll be retrograding, I don't think that she'll be harmful, but she'll make you revisit things. There might be some things that will push you to reanalyze or go back and fix matters that you couldn't fix before at your work. From the period 1 to 10th June, she won't be helping you so much. You may be missing her presence at work. So this period will not be very appropriate for you to start new business or new projects. Keep in mind. And now let's see ascendant Virgo or moon in Virgo sidereal coordinates, or if you're looking from tropical perspective, you would recognize yourself as Libra. For you, Venus is trine in your ascendant, and you probably already feel it in many ways, communication-wise or study-wise, like you would have this muse to study and create, and you may be very attracted to knowledge. And now when she'll be retrograde, she will be still benevolent, but she may ask you to revisit your studies. Also your communication with people abroad. From the period 1 to 10th June, you will be missing her. She will not be supporting you so much, neither your studies nor your well-being in general. You may be missing her for this short period of time. Therefore, if you launch new studies, if you want to start new initiatives related to travel or communication with people abroad, avoid this small period of time. And then we're looking at ascendant Libra or moon in Libra, sidereal, or if you're looking at the tropical astrology, you recognize yourself as Scorpio. For you, the Venus is ruling your ascendant, so all her phases are very, very important for you, even if they're taking place on your 8th house. Venus on your 8th house probably is more felt to you via money through partnerships or through money that will come to your partner more. But because she's your ascendant ruler, she can make you very, very interested in the occult. And now when she's retrograde, she can ask you to revisit your knowledge, revisit your hidden secretive interests. And also could be that your money through partnerships also go through phase of reevaluation or reanalysis. The period of 1 to 10th June is not very appropriate for new businesses, for money through partnerships, new initiatives. And in this sense, just during this small period of time, don't make any new important initiatives. And now we're looking at ascendant Scorpio or moon in Scorpio sidereal, or if you recognize yourself through the tropical astrology, this will be ascendant Gemini or moon in Sagittarius, Sagittarius or moon in Sagittarius. For you, Venus is on your descendant for quite some time already. So most probably you are already feeling these energies for good that are helping your private romantic life, that are helping and bring you joy in general. But she's going to be retrograde now, and with this, she will be making you revisit your personal life, maybe fixing some matters. She will be helping you in this. She will help you revisit contractual or agreement relationships also. And she's very, very benevolent for you. And when she'll be slowing down, it will be a matter of revisiting, reanalyzing your romantic life. Now, from this small period of 1st to 10th of June, when she's not there to help you so much, you may need to be additionally diplomatic in your private life, additionally intuitive. Just during in general, of course, it's fine to be that, but a bit more now when you will be missing her and missing her protection. And now we're looking at ascendant Sagittarius or moon in Sagittarius sidereal, or if you recognize yourself as in the tropical astrology, you would know yourself as Capricorn. For you, Venus is already for quite some time on your 6th house, from where she's not aspecting you literally your ascendant. Of course, if you have a moon or sun or in Taurus, of course you feel it, but now she's mainly, and she has been mainly supporting your routine life, also supporting your health. She was already creating friendly relationship for you at work, and she's helping your healing process. But now when she's retrograde, she will make you revisit relationships with colleagues, subordinates, and now also when she's retrograde, she may help you fix health issue, like reevaluate it, have another chance for another try. The period from 1 to 10th June, however, are not appropriate for you to do any important medical interventions, especially because she's on your 6th house. And now we're looking at ascendant Capricorn or moon in Capricorn, sidereal, or if you're following the tropical astrology, you would recognize yourself as Aquarius. Now for you, Venus would be on your, excuse me, Venus would be on your 5th house, and she's aspecting the ascendant, and she's aspecting Capricorn on your ascendant, and this is already for quite some time. And there she's blessing, she's bringing you joy, she's bringing you luck, and this is really very fine. And she's making the transit of Saturn a bit easier. Now when she's turning retrograde, and she may ask you to revisit your love life, your work of creativity. You may change a bit your style, or she will give you another glimpse at your creative style. And also at the moment, the 1st to 10th of June, she can make you even more creative. She can give depth into your creative desires, for example. So in this sense, she will be very nice. But in terms of romantic life, she's not going to be supportive. Financially, also during this period, 1 to 10 of June, she may not be very, very supportive. And now we're looking at ascendant Aquarius or Aquarius moon sidereal, or if you're looking from tropical astrology point, you would recognize yourself as Pisces. For you, Venus is already for quite some time on your 4th house. When she will be retrograde, she will ask you to reevaluate your relationship with parents, to look at your home with different eyes and evaluate or recommunicate or fix relationship. She can also be supportive to reevaluate the condition and the situation at work, career-wise. So she can be helpful, but she will slow down and ask you to revisit, to see again what you can fix. Or maybe this could be matters related to your house or real estate or property. She will be aspecting Mars on your ascendant, and this is fine. It can make you a bit more emotional though. The period from 1 to 10th of June is not appropriate for any financial operations related to real estate, also career plans. In this sense, you may feel you may be missing Venus a bit at home during this small period. So any initiatives, avoid and be very diplomatic and intuitive at home with people that you live with. And now we're looking at sidereal Pisces or moon in Pisces, or if you're following the tropical astrology, you would recognize yourself as Aries. For you, Venus is for quite some time on your 3rd house, and she'll become retrograde again on your 3rd house to make you revisit your studies, your belief system, your communication, relationship with siblings, with neighbors, whatever the 3rd house is meaning. So she can also put you in another awakening phase, revisiting your philosophical system, spirituality, and this will be very nice. The period from 1st to 10th of June, she will be very delicate, a bit like magician, and she will be she can put you on another level of your spirituality as well, but she will not be supportive from 1st to 10th of June when it comes to travel, when it comes to new initiatives related to commerce, when it comes to communication initiatives. During this period, you may miss her a little bit, but use the retrograde phase of Venus up until almost end of June for reevaluating your communication, commerce, the way you communicate your messages, business, and everything. Yes.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Krasi.
Wada.
Like a power. Bam, 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 bam. Awesome. Thank you so much. That was so insightful. People are going crazy on the chat asking, am I morning Venus? Am I Venus? Am I? It's fascinating. People love this
Venus
topic.
is always fascinating. I just love to talk about Venus. It just I love it.
May Venus love you back too.
Thank you. And I repeat, Wada, we dedicate this conversation to Venus, Aphrodite, Inanna from Uruk. May her bless us and the
May,
people that are watching us.
yes, may
I
Venus bless
see.
anyone who is attending this 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 video. And again, just to remind, Krasi is also gonna be making Venus talismans in July, because Venus will be very strong then. If you want to pre-order, because she can make only a limited amount, because she has like a window of 20-30 minutes to make those talismans. It's beautiful rings, usually with Venus stone on the Venus hour, Venus day, when Venus is strongest. I have one. The baby's threw it under the bed. I have to find it.
Oh,
And also, if you'd like a personal reading for yourself, how Venus retrograde this year in particular will affect your personal horoscope, Krasi is offering this reading for $80, 20 minutes live with her or recorded. It's down from $120 till the 1st of June. Thank you so much, Krasi. Wonderful.
pleasure. The pleasure was mine, Wada.
And can't wait to see what this beautiful Venus brings us. Bye bye.
Bye bye.